Welcome, hello, yes, and hi. My name is Tai Kölner. I'm an author, black magician, student of the Draconian Path, student of the left-hand Order Dragon Rouge, and I'm an empath. So, the last times we did talk very much about fine matter and energy body and so on, and today will be just a down-to-earth topic. How to set up your own altar. It sounds a little complicated, but basically it's a totally easy thing. But before I get into this, make sure to subscribe the channel if you want to stay updated. And also if you get questions about the Order Dragon Rouge, feel free to follow down the link because I'm not a representative of the order, and if you got questions, please ask there. So to get into our topic. You are on your way. You are on your path, and whatever it is, if it is shamanistic, if it is religious, if it is occult or magical or hermetic or whatever stream you are following, it's none of my business. So you can do however you want, just there are little frames, and they are to all kind of practice. And this I want to get into today. So, at first, you get a place which is silent. So, not everyone can grapple on your sacred things. So, you pick a silent place. It would be perfect if you got a silent room. So, you can close the door when you're doing your magical workings or spiritual workings so that you're all alone for yourself. But this depends on the possibilities, however. But a silent place for your altar. Then you can think about if you want some pictures at your wall. This also is depending on what you're working on. So you can take a big picture of Kali or maybe a Ganesha, or you can pick a big dragon picture for the walls. Maybe if you're a member of a circle or an order or whatever, you can do a seal or a representative flag from this order into your ritual place. It's not about showing up what you're working with. It's for you personally. When you're standing in front of the altar, it is your place and it is your sacred place, and a picture or a flag at the wall will be that focus point to this ritual place. If you are working on a shamanistic way or crossover, and you're working with your family members too, so having a backbone of your grandma and so on, then of course it makes sense to put some pictures of your dead family members to this altar as well. So a wall at the backside is great. Also, you can think about what kind of a cloth you want to have on the table. So you can use a simple black velvet, and you can put some brocade textiles if you want so. Also, you can just say, I take a blank wooden cabinet and this is my place. This is all about your own taste. Also, you can pick things which are symbolic to your path. So if you're working on a draconian path, maybe a dragon statue would be interesting. Or if you are working with a Kali, for example, a statue would be great of her. So you can think about what you want to take as a decoration, as a focus point on your altar. Also, you could just pick some feathers or stones. This is totally up to you. And when it comes to symbolic, there are the dagger and the chalice, and for example, a cup you could use or candle holders. So this is basically it. There is not much more. I can tell you from a practice, it makes sense to have a little box. So a little box where you can put in some incenses, for example, or candles you don't need or whatever. So you just close the box and everything's sorted on your place. Also, if you are working with necromantic works, you can place some bones. In Germany, human bones is a little problem. As for the lores, you can just get this study bones for the universities. Um, but on the other side, you get skulls from a brewer or whatever deer, and so that's not no problem. That's just how you do it. In my case, you sometimes also find insects or dry dead wood or dry shroom or something like this. It really breaks down to what you are working with and what is your goals and how do you practice your work. So you gather together what is meaningful for your work, what gets the perfect symbolism to your work. About the cloth, a little head up, make sure it can handle a little bit heat, because if you got some candles and the wax is dripping down onto this cloth, you will not get it out just by washing it in a machine. So you maybe need a paper and an iron to get out the wax. So it makes sense that it is not too sensible to temperatures. So this being said, the altar is ready. So what is the secret on an altar? It's very simple. You pick things which are important to you. And this is not only in shape and in color and in style and in what do you pick, it's also in the worth of what you pick. So, of course, you could run into the shop and buy the cheapest cloth you find, the cheapest candle holder you find, and just cast it onto the table and say, yes, that's my altar. But you want to do sacred work there. So it should have a certain value to you to work with this place, at this place. So you don't pick the cheapest bowl or the cheapest chalice or whatever. You pick what fits your purpose. So it is better to take grandma's old coffee pot as for a chalice than to buy a cheap trash of a mass production chalice just so it has the shape of a chalice. Um, if you cannot handle to buy a chalice what is worth your work, take the coffee pot of your granny. So, however, I got my chalice, and I have to say I did not even buy them. They were a gift of a dear friend, and it is a black glass chalice. What a damn cute chalice. So okay, but this is how things come into your life, and since I got them as a present, I use them in my rituals. So you see, it isn't the way you have to buy everything. Sometimes things are just adding your altar, and so they become a part of it. Yeah, and there it is. So either you buy it for a fair price, which is no easy peasy to you, but a value, or you use something what is already there, but connected to topics which are very important to you. Or if you get a present of a friend, you can use this as well, because the value of a gift is a very good base for a work too. The 1.0 would be if you do it yourself. But of course, I'm not somebody who's working in iron, for example, and I'm not I'm no one who is working in clay. So there are things I buy, but there are also things I create myself. So for example, for incense work, I got a fan and I did do it myself. So it is just because of spending my lifetime and my work and my try and fail exercises until it works. This fan has a special meaning to me, and so I will use it until it falls apart. So this about that. And when it comes to incenses, same about this. Better get yourself some high qualities, small amount, than a bag of whatever cheap stuff just to cast it with both hands onto the incense burner. It is not about how much you do burn, it is how respectful the giving is. So I think you can start your own altar, and it's really no big thing. You have to feel it, it has to fit your purpose, it has to be something of value, and so you can get started. Simple as it is. So, if you got any questions, feel free to write it down below. If I can answer, I will tell you. And I really give no damn what kind of circle or believing system you're working on. If you want an advice to what to pick on an what to put on an altar, feel free to ask, and if I can give you an advice, I would do. So this is for today. We see tomorrow. Bye bye.